It's a full-fledged application, if you will. All of this was created in just like, some 10-15 minutes using Claude Design. Anthropic has just released a brand new product called Claude Design, and especially for research and development teams in the VFX and animation industry, this is a blessing, because using this product, we can now design with Claude. Essentially, we can create realistic prototypes, product wireframes and mockups just by talking to Claude through natural language. That's pretty cool, right? Let's check out this product and see what it can do for us. Here is what we're going to be creating in this video. It's going to be this production tracking application interface that can be used in a VFX and animation studio. It's got this nice cartoonish, stylization to it. And it is like a fully functional user interface. It doesn't have a backend to it. It's just a user interface, but it is fully functional. For example, like it shows like the number of shows that are active in the studio right now. So you can like say, for example, even filter it out. So let's say I want to find the Super Robot Monkey show, it filters it out. And it shows the number of active shows, the number of tasks that are there, the number of artists and so on. And you change, let's say, from dark to light. You can like create a new show. Let's do that. Let's call it Super Dino Man. This is a feature film and SDM is the show code. And let's select a color, 24 FPS is fine. Let's create the show. So now we have this new show. See, it's listed here, Super Dino Man. If you click here, now we can like create additional disciplines in this. So let's create a discipline called concept, and let's also create another discipline. Let's call it maybe layout, so you can create all these nice cards. It's got this nice subtle animation to it. And then if you like go into a particular discipline, you can create additional tasks, blocking, and it's got the shot number as well in it. So for this shot, this is a blocking task. We can, even click on that task and, this task has properties, which we can define. We can have additional properties that you can add to it. Like right now it has like the start date and like end date. You can set the priority, you can, set the number of people who are going to be working on this. Like these are the artists, right? So you can click on these artists and they get added to it. So we can see all the different dailies that are being published on this task. All of this was created in just like, some 10-15 minutes using Claude Design. In this video, let's see how we managed to create this interface. To access this product, we need to go to claude.ai, and there you will see a new tab called Design. So let's click on it. So that essentially takes us to that products page. Okay, so here, like there are a couple of different things that we can do with this product. What we want to do with it is build a prototype. All right, and we can either build a wireframe or a high fidelity version of it. So we want to like build a more high fidelity version, which is basically a more finessed, kind of production ready version of the product. Let's call this product production tracking app. Let's just create. So now we are in the project, and it has this familiar chat interface on the left side, and the things that are going to get built will be showing up on the right side. Okay, we'll even have options to edit it and steer the product as it is getting built. Let's start by telling Claude Design what we wanted to build. So you'll say, create a production tracking application that can be used in a VFX and animation production. Now, this application should provide a clean, cartoonish interface, which is fun to use in a creative environment. Using this app, people should be able to create new shows which they are working on. So that's the first, like categorization that people should essentially be able to create shows. And then under a show, they should have the option to create a number of disciplines. A discipline could be something like animation, compositing, concept art, and so on. So they should be able to create how many ever types of disciplines they want. And then under each discipline, they should be able to create any number of tasks, and each task we should be able to assign it to any number of artists, and each task should have like a bid days. We should be able to or like scratch that. Let's just provide the option to have any number of properties for each of these tasks. So that could be defined by the studio. So they can just say, add a property called bid days, or start date, end date, and so on, right? So even the artists who are working on the task could be just properties of the task, and they should also have the option to create any number of dailies under a particular task. A daily is essentially just a video file that's going to be published by the artist to signify the work that is done on a task, right? So there's going to be like multiple version of dailies. So this is basically the rough structure of what we want to provide through this production tracking application. I want you to build this in a really sleek and cartoonish UI. Basically that's the theme that we are going for. It should be like a fun interface. It should have both like a dark mode and a light mode. The buttons and the interface should be like cartoonish, and we want it to be like big. It should not be, we don't want it to look like a boring nat chart, or like some sort of like a factory task management system, because this is going to be primarily used in a fun, creative environment. So like all the buttons, all the interfaces should have this fun element to it. It should be like each of these buttons and interfaces should be nice and big. Keep the buttons and interfaces very minimal, such that so that we can have them extra large and placed on the screen. So that's the vision for the product. Let's ask Claude to start building this now. So it's going to ask us a couple of questions to clarify the vision that we have. Let me see if I can make this a bit bigger. All right, so we chose retro cartoon, this one, a retro Saturday morning cartoon, and color mode, we want to be warm, full warm and playful. What should I prioritize mocking? Cool, all of this. And how should tasks be displayed under a discipline? Under a discipline, we want shots to be like shown like this, one under the other. Default to light or dark mode. Let's choose dark or default. How extra large should the buttons feel? Let's just make it cartoonish and intentionally chunky. Daily section vibe, film strip, reel or version with a hero player. I like let's do the YouTube style player, and then sample show content. What kind of fictional shows? Let's just do generic placeholders for now. Want multiple visual variations? Yeah, that'll be fun to do, right? Like let's having a couple of options to choose from. How interactive should it feel? Fully interactive, create, edit, shows. Yeah, we want it to be fully interactive. All right, so that's basically the answers. Let's ask it to build it now. All right, it looks like our production management app is ready. Claude Design definitely built it just like how we had asked for. Like it has this nice cartoonish feel to it. Right now it even has these placeholder shows. It has show A, show B, show C and D. Cool. If you click on, let's say, show A, right now it even has 4 disciplines like concept art, animation, compositing, FX. We can even add another discipline. So let's first explore the tree and see. So let's go maybe into animation, and in under animation you can see it even has added like a bunch of different tasks. We can even add a new task if we want. It's a full-fledged application, if you will. So yes, this was an overview of how we can use Claude Design for creating application prototype. Here we built a prototype for production tracking app, and it's really exciting to see all these tools become available for us. This is definitely an exciting time to be in our VFX and animation industry. Thanks for watching.